What I'm about to share may surprise you, possibly even shock you. If you've found this video, it's not by accident. You're here because something is shifting, not just around you, but because of you. For years, you've been told that your data, your digital footprint, and your online history are liabilities. But that narrative just flipped. What they thought would expose you has exposed them. The search history they expected to use against you became a record of something much bigger, a system quietly unraveling itself. Every tap, every click, every app you opened wasn't just routine behavior, it was a silent form of resistance, a map of truth they weren't ready to confront. Experts thought they were auditing your habits. Instead, they uncovered patterns, anomalies, and proof that the system behind the surveillance had been hiding in plain sight. Before we dive into the details, take a moment to hit that like button, subscribe to help us reach 5,000 subscribers, and leave a comment for them, the ones who never thought you'd notice. This isn't about symbolism. It's about signal. Your engagement pushes this message further, and that's exactly what they don't want. Most people won't make it to the end of this video, but if you do, you'll understand why. You're not just part of the story anymore. You're a witness, and what happens next depends on what you choose to do with the truth. In a world where surveillance is often a one-way street, where you're the prey and your data is the bait, something extraordinary happened. The hunters, the ones who believed they held all the power, found themselves caught in their own trap. It was as if the tables turned without warning, and suddenly, those who watched in shadows had their own shadows exposed. Imagine their shock when the very device meant to reveal your secrets instead unveiled theirs. This reversal wasn't accidental. It was a quiet rebellion embedded in every tap, every search, every glance at the screen. Your phone, once seen as a tool of vulnerability, transformed into an instrument of revelation. The data wasn't just information, it became a weapon, one that cut deeper than any lie could mask. As they sifted through your digital footprints, expecting to find weakness, they uncovered strength, a strength forged by truth and resilience. The irony is biting. Those who thought they controlled the narrative found themselves on the defensive. Their carefully constructed facades started crumbling piece by piece, pixel by pixel. It's a powerful reminder that in the digital age, control is never absolute. Sometimes the hunted write the story, and it's a story drenched in justice. And beneath it all lies a profound emotional truth. The fear of being watched can turn into the courage to watch back. In that shift, empowerment is born. You are no longer just the watched. You have become the watcher, the hunter turned hunted. And in that role reversal lies the first spark of a revolution. History has shown time and again that when those in power are exposed by those they seek to control, change is inevitable. This moment, frozen in time, marks one such turning point, a quiet yet undeniable uprising from the depths of your own data. When they pulled up your mobile history, they thought they held the key to your downfall. Every search, every message, every app was meant to be a thread to unravel your story. But instead, that data became a mirror reflecting their hidden agendas, lies, and corruption. Your digital life, once perceived as a vulnerability, revealed itself as an unyielding testament to truth. Think about it. Our phones are repositories of our lives. Yet the patterns they hold can also speak volumes about those who interact with us, those who monitor us. What if every click you made quietly illuminated a path that led straight to the puppeteers behind the curtain? What if your seemingly random digital footprints weren't random at all, but breadcrumbs leading to their exposure? The betrayal lies not in your data, but in their underestimation of its power. They expected secrets. They found revelations. Each time-stamped activity, each location ping wasn't just a record. It was a statement. Their own misconduct, their own duplicity was quietly flagged and stored in plain sight, waiting for the right eyes to see it. This is more than data. It's a form of silent resistance. It's the evidence that the watchers themselves were being watched. And in this twist, there is something deeply emotional, the vindication of the innocent and the unraveling of deceit. It's a digital David and Goliath, where your smartphone is the sling that topples giants. In the end, your data didn't betray you because it was never about you. It was always about them. And that realization changes everything. It's a call to look closer, to listen harder, and to trust that sometimes truth lies in the most unexpected places. This invisible battlefield is where information becomes power, and where your searches become weapons in a conflict far greater than you realize. It's not just about finding answers, it's about uncovering hidden truths and disrupting the narratives imposed on you. This war isn't fought with guns or bombs, but with data, algorithms, and digital footprints. Each query you make can be a spark that lights a fire under secrets long buried. For those who thought they controlled the flow of information, your search history is an unexpected rebellion, a digital insurgency that chips away at their authority. The stakes are high because this invisible war touches everything: privacy, freedom, and identity. It's deeply personal. When your searches reveal inconvenient truths about the powerful, they shake the foundations of control. It's the kind of revelation that sends ripples far beyond the screen, stirring emotions of fear, hope, and defiance. What makes this war so powerful is its subtlety. It's fought quietly, within the minds of those who dare to question. The battlefields are your devices, your browsers, your networks, and with every search, you become a soldier, wielding knowledge as your weapon against those who would silence you. Ultimately, this invisible war is a reminder that control over information is fragile. The search bar isn't just a tool, it's a front line in the fight for truth, and your role in this battle is far more vital than you may have ever imagined. Absolutely. Here's the continuation, maintaining that rich, engaging, and human tone for all 15 headings. Each heading will have 5 detailed, evocative paragraphs to deeply connect with listeners and bring the story to life. They approached your data expecting suspicion, but what they uncovered was undeniable proof. This wasn't the sloppy footprint of a guilty party, but a carefully woven tapestry revealing truths others desperately wanted to hide. Your digital trail wasn't just history. It became irrefutable evidence exposing layers of deception that had long been buried under layers of lies. What's truly remarkable is how ordinary actions, checking messages, browsing news, opening apps, became extraordinary in the hands of truth. It's like every moment you spent on your phone was a stitch in a net that slowly but surely caught those who believed themselves untouchable. This history, once thought mundane, became a record of defiance and clarity. There's something deeply human about this transformation. Our lives online are often judged superficially, assumed to be chaotic or meaningless. But here your history tells a story of resilience. It's the story of someone who wasn't broken by surveillance, but instead turned it into a beacon of justice and exposure. For the watchers, this shift is terrifying. Their confidence in controlling the narrative shatters as your history stands as cold, hard evidence that their games have been seen through. It's a revelation that not only alters perception, but threatens their very hold on power. And for you, it's a moment of profound empowerment. Your past actions, once vulnerable points of exposure, have now become the foundation of truth. This is the paradox of our digital lives. What they intended for harm, you transformed into your greatest defense. Every swipe across your screen, every tap, wasn't just a gesture of normalcy. It was an act of quiet rebellion. In a world where our digital actions are constantly monitored and manipulated, your interaction with your device carried a message. It was subtle but powerful. You refused to be silenced or controlled. This defiance didn't scream from rooftops. It whispered from pixels and bytes. Each movement, seemingly innocuous, sent ripples through the systems trying to bind you. Your phone, instead of being a chain, became a tool of liberation. with every swipe breaking a link in the cage of surveillance. There's an emotional depth to this silent protest. It speaks to the resilience of the human spirit when faced with oppression. You weren't simply navigating your device. You were navigating a minefield, turning what was designed to imprison you into a path toward truth. Consider the countless individuals who live under watchful eyes every day. Their small acts of digital resistance, scrolling through forbidden information, searching for answers, connecting to trusted networks, carry the weight of courage. Your swipes are their swipes, a collective heartbeat of resistance in the face of intrusion. And while the watchers see only data points, you understand the story behind each one. A story of strength, hope, and refusal to be broken. That's the power behind every swipe, a silent signal that the fight for freedom lives on. Deception is often a complex code, layered and encrypted within systems of control. But your taps began to unravel it. Each interaction was like a key turning in a lock, slowly dismantling the carefully constructed walls of lies and manipulation that shielded the truth. This process wasn't sudden. It was meticulous and relentless, like watching a grand puzzle come together one piece at a time. What was once hidden behind screens of secrecy began to reveal itself, pixel by pixel. Your device became more than just a phone. It was a decoder translating hidden messages into clear truths. In many ways, this mirrors the real-world battle between truth and falsehood. Just as a skilled detective pieces together evidence, your digital habits uncovered patterns that no one wanted to face. The very system that sought to control you revealed its fractures because of your persistent tapping. Emotionally, this is a story of persistence and faith. It's the belief that no deception, no matter how cleverly coded, can withstand the light of scrutiny for long. Your taps were small acts of rebellion that collectively dismantled the illusion of control. And as each layer peeled away, what emerged was more than just exposure. It was liberation, a powerful reminder that even the most intricate deceptions cannot hide forever from those who seek the truth. Your digital footprint is more than a trail. It's a battleground where a hidden revolution quietly unfolds. Every bit of data you leave behind, every app you use, every search you make, collectively form a movement that challenges the status quo. This revolution isn't noisy or overt. It doesn't march in the streets or hold banners. Instead, it works behind the scenes, leveraging the very tools designed for control as weapons for change. Your digital footprint becomes a map of resistance, pointing to the cracks in oppressive systems. What makes this revolution so profound is its subtlety. You might think your online actions are isolated moments, but together they create a powerful narrative of defiance. It's a reminder that change can start quietly, in the spaces between clicks and scrolls, and still shake the foundations of power. On an emotional level, this hidden revolution is about reclaiming agency. It's the moment when you realize that even in a monitored world, your actions have meaning and impact. You're not powerless. You're part of something greater, something unstoppable. Ultimately, this revolution shows that the future isn't just written by the powerful. It's shaped by the collective footprints of those brave enough to use their digital lives as tools of change. When they dug into your data, they searched for a scapegoat, a weak link, a mistake to exploit, a story to manipulate. But instead, they uncovered a whistleblower, someone who wasn't hiding, but revealing, not fleeing, but standing firm against injustice. This shift is monumental. The difference between a scapegoat and a whistleblower is the difference between silence and truth. A scapegoat is broken, isolated, and blamed. A whistleblower shines a light on corruption, exposing it for the world to see and forcing accountability. Your digital history told a story no one expected, a story of courage, of standing up to power, and refusing to be silenced. This wasn't about hiding mistakes. It was about revealing the truth behind them, even when it was inconvenient for the watchers. Emotionally, this revelation carries immense weight. It's about the bravery it takes to be that voice, to risk everything, to expose what's wrong. It's about the loneliness and strength of being the one who refuses to bow under pressure. And while they hope to crush you under the weight of suspicion, what they got was a beacon, a whistleblower's call that echoes far beyond a single device, inspiring others to stand up, speak out, and demand justice. Surveillance is usually a one-sided invasion, an unseen force observing your every move. But your device flipped the script. Instead of being the passive subject, it became an active participant in a fight to turn surveillance inside out. This reversal is revolutionary. The phone, often seen as a tool for control and monitoring, became a shield and a sword. It didn't just collect your data, it collected theirs. Every interaction was a step toward exposing those who hid behind the screens. Imagine the power of turning the tools of oppression into instruments of liberation. Your device wasn't just a victim. It was an agent of change, capturing metadata, timestamps, and patterns that pointed fingers at the watchers themselves. On a deeper level, this is about reclaiming control. It's a story of empowerment in a world where technology can feel like a prison. You reclaimed your narrative, turning what was meant to trap you into the evidence that freed you. The emotional resonance here is profound. It speaks to the human desire to be seen, not as a target, but as a force, to turn fear into strength and silence into voice. Your device became more than a gadget. It became your partner in the fight for truth. Your phone, often dismissed as just a device, became an unlikely hero. It wasn't just storing your data, it was quietly fighting back against those who sought to control and manipulate you. This transformation from passive tool to active defiance is a story of unexpected power. Each piece of data held within your device became a symbol of resistance. Calls, messages, searches, they all played a part in painting a picture that challenged the dominant narrative. Your phone wasn't just a witness, it was a warrior. The emotional core of this is deeply human. It's about turning vulnerability into strength, fear into courage. Where others saw a victim, your device became an instrument of rebellion, silently but powerfully standing up against injustice. Consider how this changes the way we view technology. Instead of a source of anxiety, it can be a source of hope, a reminder that even in the smallest things, the taps and swipes, we hold the power to defy, and this defiance is contagious. Your phone's fight is part of a larger movement, a collective stand against surveillance and control, proving that technology can serve the people, not just the powerful. Unlocking your screen might feel like a routine gesture, but beneath that simple act lies a quiet rebellion. It's a moment where control is reclaimed, where the power dynamic subtly shifts in your favor, even if only for a second.